I want to change course now.
Yes, okay.
We're not talking about cocks,
Yes.
bird fighting anymore.
Yes.
We want to get into why Robert's running for the presidency.
Oh, okay.
Don't you want to do that
Of
before he
course.
goes? Don't you think we should do it? You know what I mean? And already, can I just say this,
Yeah.
sir? Can I call you sir? Can I do this, sir?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never seen it. I've never met anybody that's running for president. I'm
You're sweating
so
so
bad.
much.
I know. Because, sir,
Are you swimming?
I gotta bow. Sir,
What is
I
that?
want you to win so bad now, sir. You gotta win.
For Toby.
Yeah, for Toby.
Because you want that emu in the rose.
And I expect a position. I'll do whatever.
Wait, that's a good question.
I'll be a janitor.
Yeah, like, don't you want to be appointed? What would Bobby be appointed?
How about ambassador to some sort of island?
Yeah, the Philippines.
No.
Head of cockfighting.
Yeah. Wait. So,
gotta get him in.
when did you decide to run?
About, I don't know what it was. We decided together, by the way, because, but I had the idea first.
Yeah.
I have a favor, honey.
Like, let me hear it. This is why I need to hear them first before I say yes.
Well, so you're late at night, you're laying in bed, and you just kind of said it?
No, what happened was
You're cuddling?
because I was being censored, and then I was being very, very heavily censored on the social media, and then when the war started, when the Ukraine war, I was very critical of that, and that stuff was being censored too. And I felt like I saw that the Democratic Party, my party, had abandoned some of its key principles, including its alliance with the middle class, with the working poor in our country. That it was becoming increasingly allied with Wall Street and with the war machine and the censorship industrial complex. And so I thought, well, one of the ways that I could talk to the American public for the first time is if I run, because there's rules that make it much more difficult for people to censor you if you're running for president. But I also knew that it would not be fair to my family, and it would not get by my wife if I was just running because to push a principle But then a guy called Jeremy Zogby, who runs one of the biggest polling firms in our country, who I didn't know, but he was polling me without me knowing it.
Wow.
So he was putting me in a lot of his polls, and the numbers that were coming back, despite the kind of constant attacks on me, the numbers showed that I had the highest popularity rating of any political leader in the country. And so he sent me an email saying, I need to show you these polling results. And then he came over and showed them to Cheryl and me. And at that point, she started thinking, well, if there's really a path to victory, that she might, buy into it. And that we had that discussion for several months before finally she green-lighted it.
It's so funny because what happens, we know even as podcasters and as a comedian, as an actor, I'm online a lot. And what happens online, the things that you hear, say, and all the stuff that it's not really reality.
No,
When you go out in the world, that's
True.
reality.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So I think that's what,
that's a scary part too, though. Like,
is.
whatever you say, you could talk for 3 hours and it can be reduced to one
They'll take
single
out 2 words,
thing. Yeah.
and then that's what they'll go with.
Yeah,
and it's not even what the conversation.
I mean, I was just dismissed as anti-vax. I've never been anti-vaccine.
yeah.
But that was the
Label
that
that they
was the
wanted.
label that was put on me in order to censor me, to silence me, to discredit me. I'm not complaining. I don't want it to sound like that, but that's what was happening. And for me, I think it's better to have a dialogue.
Yeah.
And to be, have respectful, congenial debate with people, which was the kind of democracy that I grew up with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when Bobby was talking about, right now the country is so divided, right? There's so many people, we hate each other. We've been pitted against each other for so long. So when he started talking about a place in the middle where can't we bring 2 sides together?